Welcome to Martini Time. Beautiful day here in Blackstone, the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of your world. Florence is coming, and people are thinking about generators. I've got my generator working, got some gas, and I thought today I've been working with culture a lot, and culture is a generator. And we're plugged into it as a child. For the first 6 years, we're processing direct experience. But then after 6, we get plugged into the culture generator by parents, school, culture, and it begins to shape us in the form of the culture. And we forget our primary process or direct experience of life that we had as a child. Now we experience life through the light of the culture and its power. So we become dependent upon culture to do everything and offer choices. So the culture generator is an anxiety generator. It generates anxiety, fear. And that keeps us plugged in because we want to get away from the anxiety and the fear, but the culture just offers us choices on how to get out of the culture. So we're kind of like being like you're kind of like sitting at a table and reading a menu of the food, and you say, I would sure like to taste some real food, and the menu says, well, here's real food right here. Oh, I'll take that. So the culture generator that we're all plugged into, can't help it, generates a buffer between myself, my consciousness, and direct experience of the world, which is stress-free. The world, reality, is not stressful, except when we perceive it through the culture, because the culture generates a hologram of the world as being hostile, a place that needs control, guidance, science, not anti-science, but just that the culture is believed to be the mediator between me and reality, in the same way that the church is a mediator between you and God. You can't handle the direct light of God, so you need to buffer it through the church. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle direct experience of reality, so you need to buffer it by protect yourself from the truth of direct experience. Like a lightning bolt, you need to protect yourself from lightning by a circuit, a fuse box, you see. So we're plugged into that. And it's our plugged into it that is the energy that drives the generator, the culture. If nobody plugged into it, there wouldn't even be here. Now you can see that on smaller scales. A cult operates as a culture generator whose power comes from those who are plugged into it. Trump is a culture generator whose power operates by those who plug into it. If everybody unplugged, it wouldn't even be there, you see. So culture generates fear. Now the 4 aspects of fear I'm thinking of right now would be guilt. So guilt is fear of what I did. Anxiety is fear of what might happen. Resentment is fear of what other people did to me. Hostility is fear of what's being done to me now, you see. Guilt, resentment, anxiety, hostility. There may be another, but I can't think of it. All of these are generated by the culture generator. direct experience of life is fearless. Oh, there is a sudden fright, like you're walking next to a car and a dog jumps up. Pow, pow, pow. You go, oh! But that's a startle. One is startled, and then that quickly passes. But then anxiety would be fear that there is a dog in every car. So you won't even go buy a parked car, because of the anxiety that the dog might be in there. I mean, I've had a woman come to my house, feared cats, and she was looking around everywhere. She thought a cat was behind every sofa, behind every bush, terrified. The anxiety was overwhelming. That's a culture generator. We're acculturated to that fear. It's learned. It's learned, you see. So I've been thinking about the culture generator as we work with our generators and wish we had one if we don't. And so as we get ready for Florence, anyway, don't worry. You'll be okay. Thanks for dropping in.